Hello again, welcome to the Templar Report with me, your guest presenter, Jim Dowson. Wait a bit of sword out the road. And just bear with me, I forgot something, just bear with me a second. 2 seconds, I'm not disappearing anywhere. Forgot about that. Right, that's better. That's better. I'm okay now. I was just waving this fantastic sword about. There we go, look at that. Finest, beautiful high carbon steel. What a thing. Oh yes. Well, I spent the whole weekend in bed. From Friday night when I left the Priory, I went to my bed, never got out of it until this morning. I don't feel any better. But somebody told me, I was talking to one of your great people today, a woman who I spoke to at the English Democrats conference a few months ago. She was waiting in a book and she said she'd what I had, the pneumonia. And she was in hospital for 5 weeks. Absolutely knackered, flat in her back. So, I'll just have to be patient. But I'm alright, you know, but we have to be, we just have to be patient with these things. But, miserable, isn't it? Miserable when you don't feel well. So we should always rejoice in the Lord when our strength is at full blast and our health is full. But it is a miserable existence at the moment. Is that sword legal? Possibly, depends where you go. Of course it's legal. Where do you live? In Ireland? Of course it's legal. Of course it's legal. It's a sword. Curved swords are not legal in the UK. You know, the Japanese things. Yeah, you're not allowed to transport them. You're not allowed to own it, but you can't post it. So it's illegal to post it, but you can own one. I don't know. But yeah, that's a straight sword. It's totally legal, all above board, but there we go. And anyway, when did the Irish start worrying about if weapons were legal or no? For goodness sake, when did that start? No, I'd call it thought of a relapse. No a relapse. I've just not getting any better. I'm getting better, but it's slow. How you doing? My Andy's saying I can take 8 weeks. That's all I need. I know, Andy. Somebody was saying me today about 6 weeks. That's all I need, 6 weeks of this nonsense. But anyway, there's somebody saying there a Templar rifle. There's many other lads in America with Templar rifles, I can assure you. So who else we got there? Michael McGuffin, Nick, how you doing, Nick? Nice to see you. Sam, Edward Tobler. Any word on the convention in the USA? Yes. We're planning it for June. Because our country's in lockdown to May. So it'll be around about June sometime, okay? And it'll be in Houston, Texas. Because that's where we've got the hotels already booked. Big Joe from the British Freedom Party. How you doing, Joe? And I hope Miss Franson's doing well as well. I haven't spoke to her lately. But in my bed, sleeping and whatnot. But I hope she's doing alright, because she was feeling a bit rough herself, the poor woman. And her wee dog's not well. So, you know, she's very attached to that wee dog. It's the only person she's got. So, thoughts and prayers, please, for wee Buster. He's not well at all. Yeah, who else have we got? Alex Ryan, Jonathan Boudin. How you doing, Jonathan? God bless you. Stuart Bowden, Ralph Rowley, Alex Ryan. Yep. Seen Alex Ryan's name popping up today. What was it? A letter opener or something? It's posted, it's gone. Yeah. Something to do well. I think it was a letter opener. So there we go. I think I've seen folk in there. Because I never really paid attention at the beginning. Darling Stuff, The Scorpion. Yeah, Call It Whitney. Peter Smith. Yes. Jack Liberty. How you doing, Jack? Jake Liberty. Yeah, Peter Smith. Gary Hardwick. Mr. Brown. Colette. Mr. Taylor. McGuffin. Shaw Erin, Lady Rotha, nice Lady Rotha, God bless you being in here. Colette, yeah, John Andrews, yeah, Troy Otto, Stuart Duncan, Brian Payton. Oh, Troy, did you buy one of these? Good man yourself, because we've got so many of them, it's unbelievable. Good man, thank you, God bless you. Big appreciation. And remember, I've got to plug this because I really need, I'm getting it in the neck. Why have you got all these, you lunatic? I don't know. But anyway, nothing better. Fine thing to have. Beautiful, big, thick, heavy Bible with a silk stitching. None of this isn't glued, by the way, to these modern cheapos. This is stitched by silk. Beautiful big typeface. Beautiful. And it's very robust leather, very tough leather. And it's French Morocco leather, and your guarantee from the oldest Bible makers in the world, Cambridge. Been making Bibles for 500 years. When Christopher Columbus was discovering America, these boys were making Bibles. It is a very sturdy, hardy Bible. I would use this. I would recommend this as be your everyday church Bible because it's solid, sturdy. You can get your way about it quite quick. Ah, wonders for your mother. God bless you, brother. God, what a lovely present to give to your mother. She'll be over the moon with this because this is probably the best Bible the woman's ever had in her life, and she deserves it. She's your mother, and she's 88. So here, the rest of these out there. Have you know mothers and fathers and grannies and grandfathers who could be doing with one of these? Because their eyes are going. Come on. There we go. They're in stock. They can be posted out within a day. No, I was just in my bed, knackered altogether. And I thought, well, I push my luck or I'll just stay in my bed. And I think sometimes you've got to be wise. And if you don't feel good, just try and sleep it off. Stay in your bed. And the weather here was foul. 60 mile an hour winds with driving rain. So if I'd have come out in that for an hour, I don't know what would have happened. Anyway, I want to read you a wee bit for the Proverbs. This is a good bit. All you drinkers, all you boozers out there, take note. So I'm going to read from the Proverbs, chapter 23, from the verse 30. They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine, look not, look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth its colour in the cup, when it is moveth itself aright. At the last it biteth like a serpent, it stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he lieth on top of a mast. They have stricken me, thou shalt say, and I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it not. When I awake, I will seek it yet again. Oh, if any's been on the old booze, on a bender, isn't that the truth? You're on the drink for days, and you feel ill, and you feel as if you've been beaten up and pushed through a bush, dragged through a bush backwards. And you're sleeping on the top of a mast on a ship in a terrible tempest sea. But when you wake up, you'll seek it again. Like a dog returneth to its vomit, the good book says. And we'll add that reading there, because we know the Lord will add this blessing to this, the public reading of his infallible, inspired and inerrant word. And by the way, just in case people think I'm having a pop at you, I am, but I'm having a pop at myself, because I have been in that very same situation on several occasions in my life, and it's utter stupidity, but we do it all the same. So there we go. Now, regarding drinking and whatnot, I know it's an American evangelical thing, no alcohol. And if you don't need alcohol, don't take the stuff. Much better. But I'm not against alcohol per se. And it reminds me of a joke, if we can joke about such things. As a wee boy went up to his minister and said, Minister, if I don't drink, and I don't smoke, and I don't chase wild women, will I live longer? And the old minister puts his old wrinkly hand in the young boy's head and looks into his eyes and said, No, son, but it'll seem an awful lot longer. Boom, boom. We shouldn't joke about such things, but hey, come on, we're human beings. We need to have a wee joke now and again and we'll go mental altogether, won't we? Yep, I've seen it. William DeChenio said, stop drinking 11 years ago. Well done, my friend. Well done. I stopped drinking for about 7 or 8 years once. Just didn't touch it at all. Not interested. I was too busy. And we have to be careful with such things because they are dangerous. A wee dram. Exactly. But see, Karen and Sharon, they're English. English people and normal people in the world can take a wee dram and be fine. Celtic people like my good self, the Scots, the Irish, the Ulster Scots, the Scotch Irish and all the rest of it, a wee dram's normally this size. So Celts, it's our burden. It's a burden. It is a burden for us Celts. We've got to be very careful and know our weaknesses, and it's one of them. So, fine wine. Yes, my uncle was a devout Catholic. Oh, Catholics are very like that. They like the old wine, don't they? They're very refined in their tastes. Yes, why not? Top stuff. Bartley Burka, when I meet you in America, when we're at the conference, hold on a minute. I've got plenty of stuff for you here. I've got the, this here, wait a minute. This is good stuff. Look at this. This is the Bushmills Irish whiskey. The Bushmills from the world's oldest distiller. Now, where does it tell you? Oh, there you go. The world's oldest distiller. 1608 or something like that. Yeah. Legal distiller, I may add. But that's it. That's a very, very good whiskey. 1608, yeah, 1608. So I shall bring that over to America and share that with the brethren. I've got some. There's another bottle went missing somewhere. Have you got it, brother? The techie guy's made off with it. Is that it? Ah, now this is good stuff. Thank you very much. So I start off doing a warning about drinking. The next minute I'm pulling out bottles of whiskey from under the desk. Terrible. I'm sure the Council of Nine will have something to say about it because they don't like to drink. Yeah, there you go. Rosalind single malt. Beautiful. Rosalind single malt Scotch whisky. 40%. And it says here, the Highland single malt whisky has been matured in oak casks with aromas of barley, vanilla and fudge, a taste of citrus note, hints of chocolate and malt, and a subtle spice to finish. An easy drinking malt for all occasions. By purchasing Rosalind Chapel whisky, you are helping to conserve this unique and important building for the future. Thank you. There you go. So that is, and Big Joe got me that from Scotland, from the British Freedom Party. Big Joe got me that. Thank you, Joe. It'll be consumed at some point. I can assure you of that. Now, I was only talking to you today, but I get a wee drink here. I've got a wee hot drink. Maybe too hot. Ooh. I want to talk to you today about some events, because we're always talking about Britain and America. But if you've been watching the news, you'll see there's a lot of hassle in the Far East. There's been weeks of disorder in Thailand, but there's some serious stuff happening right now in Burma, and they've shut off the social media. And if you listen to CNN or the BBC, you think the Martians were landed. Oh, they've shut off the social media. That means they're going to massacre the population. No, it doesn't. And they keep saying there's tanks on the street. There's tanks in the street. All I have seen in every single news report is this one. That's a personnel carrier. It's an armoured personnel carrier. That's it. SWAT teams in America have them. We have them in England. And Britain, UK, Europe. We have these things. They're APCs. They're armoured personnel carriers. And they're only lightly armoured and they've got tyres on them. They're no tanks. Tanks have got big tracks. So as usual, these snowflake reporters don't know the difference between a personnel carrier and a tank. A tank is a much different thing. And a tank was the thing that you seen years ago in Tiananmen Square when that wee man stood in front of it with his poly bags. Very brave man. Incredible. That's a personnel carrier. And I've only seen one. Now, Burma's got a serious army. It's a serious country. They've got tens of thousands of these. One of them rumbles down the street. And the West are telling people, stay in your house, go to the American embassy, go to the British embassy, flee for your life, they're going to kill you. Well, they're at Heathrow Airport now as well, and Manchester and everywhere else. You know, look, we're different people, and democracy doesn't suit everybody, much to the annoyance of the British and Americans when we try and enforce it on everybody. It doesn't suit other people. Other people do not like democracy. They don't like it. It doesn't work. But we like it, enforcing it on them, because we can then manipulate the population through social media and get them to do crazy stuff and turn their countries into mush like our own. So, what's happened in Burma is the military government for many, many, many years, military dictatorship, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, you're brought up in school in America and Britain. Dictatorship, oh, it's a terrible thing. Why? You know, it's like free speech. Just sit down and calm down for a minute. And write down with a pen and paper. Why? Have we not got, we've got look at the Republican, the Democrat Party run America now. It's a dictatorship. Boris Johnson here in this country is a dictatorship. Far better military men running a dictatorship. At least they've invested in the country by risking their life and putting a uniform on, rather than these godless pencil-neck politician scumbags. So there we go. Anyway, doesn't bother me at all. But they gave the free and democratic elections, which the West countries overseen. They had a democratic parliament, government, who quite quickly sold their souls to the CIA, the MI6, the British and American interests, and their whole country started going pro-LGBTQ plus, women's rights, trans, abortion, everything else. And the military said, I don't think so. Cancelled that and took over. They said there'll be elections next year, but they're not prepared to stand by and watch their country become an absolute slosh pit. And why should they? I don't have a problem with it. What's the problem? And if you see the people out in the street rioting and all the rest of it, they've all got green hair, bones through their noses, Western clones of lefty crackpots. So that's it. Now, Thailand's a wee bit different. Well, same principle. We went in there, totally corrupted the Thai people, who were a quiet, inoffensive people, who had massive reverence to their king, who they treat as a god type person. And now they're doing rapping on the street, cursing the king, which is a criminal offence. They can put to death right there. But they're doing all this, and it's like something out of Brooklyn or South London. It's like Croydon. They're all gangster rap. Yo, and you know, it's bad enough when the blacks do it, but when Chinese people or the Orientals do it, it looks ridiculous. And they're all doing the. Have you seen them? It's pathetic. They're all doing the gangster rap. Yo, you're my king. Yo. So their governments went, we ain't having this, because they hold their king in deep, deep respect. Whether you like kings or queens, you don't, that's up to you. But that country does. And they have 5,000 years under their belt. Not like Britain and America, who have been basically civilised for 500 or 1,000 years. They've got 5,000 years of sophisticated society. They were building pagoda temples when my ancestors and your ancestors were running about with animal skins wrapped around us and eating each other. So that's it. It's just nonsense. So you've got these radicals running about trying to do poetry, trying to do gangster rap, insulting the king. So again, they've got the military on the street there. Again, I don't have a problem with it. But everybody in the West must have a problem with it, because it's dictatorship. It's strong men taking over the country. Good. Because the alternative is crazy, lefty, libtard, multi-generational, sexual, pansexual, crazy women. So you're either going to have a general in charge of your country, or a horned rim, Planned Parenthood supporting weirdo with green hair, who's pansexual, in charge of your country. Take your pick. I know one I would pick. So I wouldn't have it at all. So there we go. Thank you. There's Mr. Tachiko praying for me. Thank you very much. God bless you. So, listen, we're going to transition over to Purged, okay? Because a couple of things to talk about that I don't like talking about on YouTube. So let's go to Purge, okay? I'll give you a countdown. You want a countdown? Oh, we need to get a link. We'll get you a link first. Wait a minute. We'll get you a wee link in case anybody doesn't know what it is. Ah, yes. Who else is saying that? In the world is... yeah, they do need to come back to Christianity. That's the problem. Okay, so you want me to count down? I don't know. Okay, we ready? Going over to Purge then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're over on the Purged. Oh, yes. Okay, so we're over on Purged.